Lighting can play a huge role in how professional your videos look. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 different looks you can get from your key light or main light source and how and where to set it up. The 5 different key light setups we're going to talk about today go in order from a little bit of shadow to a lot of shadow. The amount of shadow also corresponds with how dramatic the shot looks. If you think about how lighting is done in movies, scenes that are really emotionally charged tend to have more shadows, and those shadows tend to be a little bit more harsh, while scenes that are more laid back have fewer and softer shadows. The 5 looks are flat, butterfly, loop, Rembrandt, and split. There are different methods to these 5 looks that can make them look even more dramatic, but if 1 is least dramatic and 10 is most dramatic, for talking head videos like this one, we're generally working in a range between 1 and 5 or 6. With that in mind, consider the following questions when choosing your lighting setup. Is my topic or theme more dramatic or more laid back? For example, if you're talking about something really emotional, personal, or serious, you might use more shadow than if you're talking about something fun or lighthearted. Is my brand more dramatic or laid back? Even if you're making a more lighthearted video, if your brand tends to be more dramatic or serious, you might consider using more shadow to match. What is my personal preference? Even though I'd give more weight to the first 2 questions, it's okay to lean a bit toward the kind of look you prefer and what you're most comfortable with. Now that we've covered some of the basic psychology around lighting, let's get into the different looks and how to set them up. First, let's talk about the flat look. The flat look has the least amount of shadow and is generally the least dramatic. In this setup, the key light is directly in front of and slightly above the subject, so it creates a subtle shadow below the chin. This look works best for informational content that's not as emotionally charged. You'll see this look used a lot in news studios and commercials. Next is the butterfly look. The butterfly look is similar to the flat look, except the key light is positioned slightly higher so that it creates a shadow below the nose that kind of looks like a butterfly. Like the flat look, this one works well for informational content, but looks a bit more professional and adds just a little bit more depth. If you're wanting to stay in the informational space and are choosing between the flat look and the butterfly look, I'd go with the butterfly look. Not only does it look a little bit more professional, but it's called the butterfly look. Next up, let's talk about the loop look. The loop look is achieved by setting up the light at about a 20-degree angle and slightly above the subject. This casts a shadow below and to one side of the nose and around the edge of your face. This is one of the most common looks used for talking head videos, and it's popular because it isn't too dramatic, but still gives a good sense of depth to the shot. Now onto my personal favorite, the Rembrandt look. The Rembrandt look is named after a technique used by the famous painter where he'd modeled the lighting to create a small triangle of light on one side of the subject's face. This look is achieved by putting your key light at about a 30 to 40 degree angle and above the subject. Even though I do more informational content, I just love this look. My content is somewhat focused on art and creativity, so a bit of added drama is okay. Finally, let's talk about the split look. The split look is the most dramatic of the looks and basically splits the lit and shadowed sides of the face. This look is achieved by putting the key light at a 45 degree or more angle. If you're making content that's more serious, thoughtful, or emotionally charged, this look does a great job of conveying those things visually. So that's my quick overview of the 5 different looks you can get from your key light. Let me know in the comments which of these looks you plan to use for your videos. And don't hesitate to hit me up if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.